What the? Oh, oh God. Oh man. Man, it's always something. Good grief. What? Are you serious? Oh man. Give me a break. It's always something, family. It's always something. All right. So we up. We having problems once again. So I get everything ready, and as I try to do beforehand, and it shuts down on me. So I don't know. We doing something right, family, because it's like we struggling. We struggling out here. I y'all want. I know y'all ain't gonna believe me. I had everything ready. I had the text message ready. I was already up on Spreaker. Then all of a sudden, bow. But hey, you know what? We gonna bow it back. You know what I'm saying? We gonna battle back. Great Ujamaa to my brother Kwame. 2222182. I had everything ready. Everything ready. So obviously this thing has already been running because it says a minute. So I hope I'm not recording twice on Spreaker. Let's get it started with this YouTube. Let's get it moving, man. Let's get it moving. Where is my damn? There we go. All right. So in a minute we're gonna have to move the touch screen and everything because this is getting ridiculous. Somebody else is out there. Who else out there? Oh, it's the unsleeper one. How you doing, man? Missed you yesterday. Everything going good? Man. All right. Everybody, I sent out I sent out a copy of the Gye-Nyame pledge. Y'all go and check that out. Also sent out a copy of a story that's like, you know what I'm saying? Because I keep on talking about these stories and stuff. I want y'all to, I want people to see that I'm not just talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't people understand I'm talking when I'm saying stuff like, oh, we need to go and create new myths. You know what I'm saying? I'm busy. I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm busy. I'm out here trying to get it, trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that that's the only way that things are going to change. When each of us start doing what we can when we can. You know what I'm saying? Like yesterday, collective worker responsibility. But today, we are on the magnificent principle of Ujamaa. Ujamaa, for those that don't speak the language, is cooperative economics. So great Ujamaa to each and every one of you that are tuning in, that are receiving the text early in the morning, because I know in some places it's like 2 a.m. where I'm sitting. But the list is growing. We're growing in power. In some places it's like, well, it's early. Let's just say that. So we can send texts all over the world. So feel free to join the text line. Just text Daily Toast to 614-300-1875. So, oh man, I forgot to wake Cleve up. Boy, he been getting over. So it's time for us to do it like we used to do it. But I can't toss the water around because, somebody been going into my secret water stash. Y'all do know, like, you got to have, like, stashes for stuff when you do stuff like this, right? So I had a water stash. And, all of a sudden, spring water is popular around my house. So I had to go and get me some distilled water, throw me some food up in there. We're going to drink that. I think about 3 or 4 glasses should do me the proper amount of hydration this morning. So let's get started.
Mr. Daddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water. Lift your glass and 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 drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. I think I will. Drink, 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 drink. Now take your breath and drink your water. Take a breath and drink your water. Take a breath and drink your water. Take a breath. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Now move your body, drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Stretch it out. Move your body, drink some water. Move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Now lift your glass and toast your ancestors. Now lift your glass and toast your ancestors. Now lift your glass and toast your ancestors. Lift your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Now lift your glass and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. And lift your glass and toast your ancestors. Drink, breathe, move, lift. Drink, breathe, move, lift. Lift your glass, lift your glass, lift your glass. Drink some water, drink some water, drink some water. There's one down. Let's go knock these down. Come on now, get your water. I know y'all two already got it, but there's somebody out there that ain't drunk their water yet. Come on. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass and drink some water. Lift your glass and drink some water. Lift your glass and drink some water. Lift your glass. It's a great, great day, family. Once again, I want to remind you, if you would, be sure to join us tonight for Tribal Quotes. We'll run through the quotes real quick. Don't breaking them down right now. We're not breaking them down right now. We're just letting you know what the proverbs will be tonight. So here we go. We are on day 17, coming out of Gye-Nyame Journey Workbook, Tribal Quotes by myself. I'm going to send out a link where you get the PDF. And those of you that want it free, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Family, those daily toasters. You just want it so that you can follow along. I got you. All right. Other than that, you get a PDF for about $5. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to actually get the book, you go to my site, Gye-Nyame look at the top tab, look up Gye-Nyame Journey Workbook, click it, boom, it take you right to the book. All right? So day 17, when minds are the same, that which is far off will come. That's from East Africa. When minds are the same, that which is far off will come. Proverb 2. An intelligent mind is an inquiring mind. It is not satisfied with explanations, with conclusions, nor is it a mind that believes, because belief is again another form of conclusions. That's Bruce Lee. What the hell? Right? That's my dude. And the last one. Lizard suns itself within reach of its hiding place. Did we do that one already? Yeah. That's a repeat. I feel cheated. But there's a reason. Lizard suns itself within reach of its hiding place. So we get to go over that one again. All right, so those are the proverbs for tonight. Let's look at what's going on with our energies today. All right. Today is Ujamaa. Of course, y'all know the color is green, right? I mean, Ujamaa is just dope. It just lines up perfectly. I need another drink of water. Drink, 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 drink. It's a third person out there. Who else out there? Ujamaa. Cooperative economics. For those that don't speak the net language, the demonic principle of the day is reciprocity. And oh, what a powerful, powerful principle that is. The M7 for the day is gratitude. The color, once again, is green. Shouts out to Miss Navita Nelson. The hermetic law is polarity. If you was born on this day, male is Yao, female is Ya. All right? From the emotional emancipation circles, African-centered cultural virtue and value system. Today, in Warlock, the virtue of the day is your Manda, compassion for those less fortunate than yourself. Akan ethics, patience. Today, patience. And traditional Yoruba, attributes of good character, emoji, mora, sensitivity. So, today is Ujamaa, and it's something that kind of caught my attention, because y'all know, those that know, I invest a little bit in, I do a little stocks, I do a little cryptocurrency, right? You know what I'm saying? I started dabbling in that. We had a show about it, and Anubis, did you hear about the guy that's like the head of the cryptocurrency piece in Korea? I think is it South Korea? South Korea. They found him dead. And I know y'all like, what that got to do with Ujamaa, right? This dude wanted to do something that negatively affected the market, far as the cryptocurrency. And all of a sudden, they found this dude dead. See, some people's stuff you just don't play with. great rising to you, Miss CeeLo. Some people's stuff you just don't play with, right? I mean, it's certain things that you don't touch, and in a sense, this is something that we have to work on in our community. It's just certain things that can't be touched. Like with Gaddafi. Gaddafi was gonna touch something that in this world they let you know that you don't mess with. Right? My question for our community, since it's about cooperative economics, collective resources, what is it in our community that is untouchable? You know what I'm saying? Other people can tell our stories. Other people can define what it is it means to be us. You know what I'm saying? Other people can educate our kids. Other people can shut up shop in our communities. What is it in our community that can't be touched? And see, because part of cooperative economics is controlling the resources within our community. And the resources is not just the money. And I try to get people to understand that this day is bigger than just money. I know that it falls on the color green. But not green for the greenback, but green for life. See, because our lives are resources. The people around us are resources. So in managing the resources in our community, we manage the spirit of the people. We manage the energies of the people. In traditional African, in some, because because we try to make it, people get upset because you try to make it all one thing. But in some of the studies that I have seen, wealth was not about how much you own. Wealth was about how many people you had with you. Kwame said, did they not just take his cryptocurrency and auction off? He might not even have cryptocurrency. He wasn't even involved in the market. He was a regulator. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm understanding, if it's true news, if it's not fake news, right? He wanted to kind of not make it illegal in South Korea, but he wanted to monitor it strictly or something like that. But the whole piece was because part of the if you was following the market, part of the down when cryptocurrency was going down was because in certain countries they was like, nah, y'all can't do that shit here like that, right? And he was one of those like, nah, y'all can't do that shit like that. All of a sudden they found him dead, and the reason I bring that up is what in our community could do that. I mean, with us acting as a force, not us acting as angry individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is sacred in our community? Because sacredness is a resource. Sacredness is a resource. And I don't think we pay attention to it. But hold on, brother. Sister CeeLo says they kill what they cannot control. South Koreans are a rather quite evil bunch. For the most, I place my trust in Northerners more so than them. Which one is the one that's partnered with United States? Is it South Korea or North Korea? Because whichever one is partnered up with United States, where we are, is the one that the dude wound up dead. I don't know what that is for the most of us. Our spheres are divided. The European Western individualism have most of our mind states. And another piece about us is that we will run to them for protection. You know what I'm saying? We'll do some foul shit. Okay, so it was in South Korea. Not North Korea, South Korea. Oh, okay. So, I hear you, Anubis. All right, I hear you. So, you know what I'm saying? The piece that I'm trying to convey to you, family, is you know what I'm saying? What in our community is sacred? Okay, South Korea. So it was South Korea where they found homeboy. You know what I'm saying? In his apartment. You know what I'm saying? Expired, let's say. Right? And it's just like, it's like certain things that we have to start making sure people understand. Hey, you can't touch this. Now, I sent out a story to everybody on the G&J list. And if y'all get an opportunity, check out that story. That story is one of the resources of Gye-Nyame, because one of the things that I noticed that we needed was a story, right? And that came through me years ago. You know what I'm saying? That came years ago. I mean, talking about years. I done had young people grow up on that story, and like I said, I want y'all to understand that I'm using one of the, because stories for me, oh my God, incredible resource. All right, so let's go and do this toast. That's 2 down. Those that's coming late, Brother Hatem ain't got no bottled water. You know what I'm saying? People going into my stash. Gina like to call it, can I have some of the pretty water? You talking about the pretty water down the... No, I'm talking about that pretty water that you got hid over there. Man, kids are something else. Well, I'll take that back. Children are something else. The most difficult part about helping the Negro is the Negro. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's a challenge. So, most are divorced from our story. Exactly. Well, actually, they was never married to it. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, actually, you know what I'm saying? We have because we have never really experienced, or many of us have never really experienced the power of our culture outside of church. Let me put it that way, because a lot of people, you might disagree, but one of the places where you can actually feel the African spirit is in church. Although it's being guided in a lot of ways in the wrong direction, you can actually feel the power of it. Many people have not felt the real power of our spirit. Our spirit is a people. And like I said, that's a resource that we need to learn how to pull up. Last night I was sharing in a meeting that when the first time I went to Simba, and I got back, I cried. You know what I'm saying? And let me explain what I meant. Because for the first time in my life, although I had been doing a lot of stuff prior to Simba, but for the first time in my life, I actually got to experience a rites of passage moment. I got to experience a moment of us being empowered. And I'm not just talking about a 2-hour session. I'm talking about, at that point in time, Simba was a 10-day camp plus a 2 to 3 day training for the individuals that was going to work with the youth. So I had to leave everything here. I had to literally separate myself from everything here. The universe worked it out. The Creator worked it out. The ancestors worked it out that at that point in time, I didn't have a job. In fact, I was damn near homeless. If not for members of the Underground Railroad, a beautiful family that took me in and let me stay in a basement, I would have been homeless. Oh yeah, I've been there, right? And when I went to Simba and was that 13-day period, 3 days for learning and bonding with the men that I would be working with, and then 10 days of intensive work with young men, right? Intensive rites of passage with young men, and watching them transform, and having to feed them, and having to help the ones that were still, that might have been gangster on the street but peeing in the bed. You have to get up and help them so that they can keep their secret and they can keep who they are, you know what I'm saying, together. And talking people through missing home and letting them know that they got a new home and like being able to be in control of resources and being able to control a space, and then coming back to this shit. I had to find a way to shape my life, reshape my life. And when I came back, I started reshaping my life so that every day in some form or fashion, I could run into a little bit of that energy. And when I came back, I decided that I was going to try to help other people experience that energy. And when I say Simba family, Simba is a metaphor, but the power that I experienced was first done with that group of that family like that. I mean, like I said, I have been in the Afrocentric piece for a long time, man, but I had never felt anything like that. And it was the piece that that we was able to separate, and we was able to create a space that was ours. And our flag was flying the whole time we was there. And people was chanting and singing and people were happy, and you could see the weight just lifting off of some of these individuals, even though they was going back to fucked up situations. Even though some of us as adults was going back. But for that time, for that moment, we was in a space of power. We was in a space of sacredness. And this is what this is what I want to bring to Columbia. This is what I want to share with some of us here. Because one thing that I learned was that I had a lot of book knowledge when I went up there. But when I came back, my spirit was full. Many of us got a lot of book knowledge. Many of us could break down white supremacy left and right. But very few of us have ever really felt what Noma would call that. No, actually it was Dr. Kelsey, that old time African spirit, where you are actually in a village and you actually, your decision means something. It means something, if only but for a little time. Sister CeeLo says, I know what you mean, have been raised in church. Do it every couple weeks in our church. That is the African spirit. My African spiritual experience was in an African Heritage House at Oberlin College. You know what I'm saying? And it's a powerful piece. And you know it's real because you want to get up and you want to share this. You know what I'm saying? CeeLo says, I have been thinking, how do we harvest the bit of unity that the Black Panther inspired? That 252 million in 4 days is indicative of how powerful our collective economics can be. And shouts out to Sister Shelly. How are you doing today? Great morning to you. Great Ujamaa family. And like I said, so this spring, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to bring some of that to the Malcolm X Festival. Now we're going to be sitting down, laying down some foundation pieces for the Malcolm X Festival tonight. Hopefully we'll possibly be able to develop a flyer and have something going around so that we can start building the energy. But family, we're going to need your support. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need those donations. We're going to need people to perform. We're going to need people to invest some time, because we're going to have to move tables. We're going to have to get rooms ready, because this year we're doing the inside so that we do not have to worry about a rainstorm. You know what I'm saying? So I want everybody to understand, family, we're about to do it. It's going to be a powerful piece. It's going to be hopefully economically empowering for the group as well as for the vendors. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, start saving up your change so you can buy you some kente cloth or some shea butter or something. You know what I'm saying? Just joking. I'm going to give me some shea butter now. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a daily user of the shea butter. The shea butter. Right? So I'm going to finish this and then we're going to get into our toast. So, once again, tonight we will be having our discussion. Hope to see some of y'all. We will be doing day 17. We got 3 proverbs, 1 repeat. I must say, but hey, it happens for a reason. Now, let me tell you how I came up with this book. Once again, those that are new. Red Man, will you be speaking to the youth? If so, what's a strong topic? Columbus, Ohio. You talking about during the Malcolm X celebration, or you just mean in general? Because I speak to young people every day. You know what I'm saying? And it might, depends on whatever's going on. Also, we're gonna be having our Black History celebration with the school coming up. I'll be letting y'all know about that as well. But we always speaking to the youth, family. But right now, most times youth ain't up. My only one, Cleve usually is up, but I slipped this morning. I didn't get him up. In general, we always speak to the youth, family. I mean, you can't really nation build if you ain't got no youth. Okay. Welcome, sir. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can't build if you ain't speaking to the youth. You know what I'm saying? But now, and this is one of the pieces that I need a lot of people to understand. Our youth are not the problem. Our youth are just imitating us. So the real issue and the real people that I need to be talking to is some of the grown folk. You know what I'm saying? Now, but every day in some form or fashion, I'm reaching out to our children, and what we build it is for our children. You know what I'm saying? So, in all this toasting and all that, we make sure we toasting our kids as well as the ancestors, right? So, let me finish this up so we can do this toast. Make sure you get your water, Red Man. Oh man, we falling short, family. I'm low on that ambrosia. Let's see if we can get a sis out of this. All right, we got a little something out of it. You know it's bad when Brother Shaka is out brewing me, man. Brother Shaka just started. He just excited. He going out, man. He brewing. I heard he was trying to brew grass yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. The piece is I want people to understand that we can learn this. And those that don't know what this is I call this ambrosia. This is basically a style of kombucha that is very healthy and very good for your body. And people can start learning to brew their own medicines, man. We sitting up here, we paying these pharmaceuticals all this money. You know, my stash is so low right now, I'm going to have water. You know what I'm saying? So, that's when you know, brothers, it's hard times around these parts. All right, so now, first giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We call on that great force, that first force, that power that rests in all of us. We know it's around us. We know it, but right now, as a group, we want to become conscious of it. We want to lift it up, right? We want to recognize it. And we say, Ashe. From there, family, without any further ado, we move to those individuals that came before us. We move to those personal ancestors. All right? So if you have personal ancestors that you want to add to the list, by all means, please do. The list is growing. I got the sheet, and we got us a little fancy book with those other names and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to put these names on the sheet. I might just go out and buy a whole book for the ancestors and just start doing it. We move and we say, now, when you call in the ancestors in your private home or whatever, please, please, please start with your ancestors first. When I send you this, if you ask me to send you this list, this is a list of ancestors out of our community, out of people who join us on the show. I'm going to send it so that you can edit it. I want you to change this one to yours. You understand? Take your ancestors and put them on top, family. We got to salute ours first. You know what I'm saying? Salute your bloodline. That's another one of our resources. A lot of us don't understand our bloodline. We don't understand where we come from. So we just think, you know what I'm saying? I was just born. I'm an accident. Family, you chose to come here. And we got to make sure our kids, our children understand this. We each have to understand that we chose this. We chose this life. We chose our parents. We chose to be here. Why? Because right now, I'm telling you right now, family, this is the time of legends. This is the time this is a mythic time. This is a time where the next legends and the next heroes are going to come out of. And the question I got to ask every day, am I going to be one of those? Are you going to be one of those? We need to be looking in the mirror. Am I going to be the change that my kids will be talking about, and that my grandkids and my great-grandkids will be talking about? When they say your name in a libation circle, will they light up with joy? You know what I'm saying? Or will they just read past your name? I'm just going to pour for this individual because I'm supposed to, rather than I'm pouring for this individual because I'm inspired. So you take your ancestors, especially the ones that touch your heart, and you move them to the front. That's a resource. Our ancestors is a resource. We're talking about cooperative economics. Are we using the resource of our ancestors in a proper fashion? During this day, activate your reticular formation, family, and start learning how to use the resources in your life. First starting with the ones inside of you, and then start worrying about the ones outside. Are we properly using our personal resources? Internally, then externally. We're lifting up our glass to Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia and William Walter, Chris and Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Watch Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman L, Nomo X, Pat Myra, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling, and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulliam, the Luxford brother, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss J. Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Mary McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Carol Smith, Walter Smith. Make sure I got it right. Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Randerman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird B., Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Augusta Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Douglas Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Idell Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles, Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Del Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worlds, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Marie Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, May Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amotet Wellman, Fred Douglas Trigg Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vena Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brendan Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy. Anubis added to his list Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles. Sister Tiandra added Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenball was added by Brother Deshaun, and he salutes his mother. Once again, I said Jennifer Sensenball. I added to my list my Aunt Hazel Gadsden, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaneko Parsons. I salute Miss Aisha from Dayton, put Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, and David Brown. Miss Ford added to the list Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth and Paul Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson. Dr. D salutes Dan Wilkinson Sr., Sister Jackie out of Maryland. And once again, family, we're going to send some family up, some energy up to her, because right now her family is going through some stuff. And if you know her, she's mentioned on her timeline. So she also added to her list Emma McClendon. We added to the list thanks to Brother Kwame and Sister Cynthia. Brother Kwame added Jerry Doyle to the community list. Amina Robinson, and our Sister Cynthia reminded us about Brother Shabaka Toure. Miss Madonna, she calls on her, she salutes her mother, Donna Hill, and Richard Gleavis. Sister Cynthia, she salutes Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Voy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Haley Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead. CeeLo added to her list Archie Beck and Anna McGill. We say it 3 times when they recently passed. Brother Santana added Aunt Becca. Elder Greg Arnold added Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed. Sister Shelley I added Eula and Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie, Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, David Cleveland, and Mother Gibson. Brother Quabana out of Milwaukee adds Alex Nixon. Elder Bowie adds John Bowie. Elder Shedrick Sermon out of Chicago added Lester and Rachel Sanders. Sister J or Lady J add Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, and Leroy Stokes. Elder Ori Pianki added to the list Neely Johnson and Fletcher Swan, Maddie, and Charlie Scott. Charles Stevenson added Vivian Stevenson. Cassandra Holloway added Mona Ann. Elder Phyllis added Martha Ford Dawson. Big Mama Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston. Sister Enya added Margaret Towns and Mary Williams. Sister Heather added Leroy Q. Heath Sr. Patah Capshaw Moore added Albert Moore. Yeye Motley added Miss Vanilla. Alvis Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston. Wow, the list is growing. And to all those ancestors that unite us all, we say, Ashe. All right, from there, family, from our ancestors, we move to the present moment. We talked about what's going on in this moment. I say to you once again, great Ujamaa, we lift up our glass to this moment. I challenge all of us to activate the reticular formations in our brains and start locating economics, cooperative economics. Where's it popping off? Where are we using our resources as a group, collectively? Where are we using those resources? How can we build upon that so that we could develop a powerhouse rather than having other people use our economic might in the direction that they choose? We need to be using it. And we lift it up, not just our economic, I'm talking about all the economic, not just the money. Let's remember that. It's not just about money. We do need money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. But economics is about managing the flow of resources, family. What resources are we not harnessing properly, and which ones are we harnessing properly? And can we master the ones that we are harnessing properly to go and parlay them into other resources so that we can start building as a community? So we lift up our glass, and guess what we say? We say, Ashe. From there, we salute our children. We salute our children's children. On. Is Dad Cleveland? No, I said Dad. I didn't say David. It's the lips. I said Dad Cleveland. So I got that. Dad Cleveland. So just in case. All right, so we lift it up. We say Ashe. From there, we move on to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. It's very important, family, that we understand that everything our ancestors did, now we're standing on where they are, right? Now, our children will be standing on where we are. So it's important that we lay a great foundation for them, right? So we toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity, and we say Ashe. From there, we move on to all of our relations. We toast the two-legged, that's us, humans. We toast the four-legged, y'all know the four-legged, the buffalo and the horses and dogs. We salute all those forms of life, right? Those are relations. We salute the winged. Hopefully y'all know what the winged is. We salute the finned, swim in the oceans. We salute all 5 elements. We salute all 7 directions, and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move on and we toast you. I celebrate you. Each and every last one of you took the time to get up in this early time, right? And salute your ancestors. And allow old man to rant, right? The flora and fauna, I got you. So we lift it up. You know what I sure did? That show that's not in there. The flora and the fauna. All right? So, hey, we lift up our glass. We say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And family, y'all have a great and powerful day. Make it yours. I wish you peace, power, and joy. And of course, 100 years. And with that, we out at the journey. I will see you tonight for the show where we will be talking about the Proverbs, tribal quotes, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see your face in the place, or at least hear your voice. The lines will be open, and we're going to chop it up. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm telling you, we're going to chop it up. Old man ranter, the old man ranter, he don't say nothing. Oh, man. Oh, Brother Kwame. I'll see you tonight. I'm going to push you down. Keep on fucking with me. All right. This is Brother Hot Tim. And I want to know, let each and every last one of you know that I appreciate you. I love you. And I pray that your day will be as beautiful as you are. And I am out. All right. Peace out, Facebook. No, better yet, let's do YouTube first. Peace out, YouTube. Now, peace out, Facebook. And Spreaker, you wonderful people. Spreaker. You know what I'm saying? All this is built on the foundation of you. Because those of you that do tune in every now and then, because y'all allow me to practice, I'm able to do what I'm doing. So I appreciate each and every last one of you. Y'all get appreciation. This is Gye-Nyame. We are